If you're like me this time of year, you're thinking pecan pie. And for our northern friends, pecan pie. It's a real simple, easy recipe. It calls for 2 cups of sugar, but I've decided to make it not quite as sweet, and it's still just as good. So I use 1 cup of sugar. 1 cup of sugar, 2 cups of chopped pecans, and all you gotta do is just chop them just a little bit like that. You don't have to like grind them up or anything. 3 eggs, teaspoon of vanilla, 1 stick of butter, and about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And I like to use Himalayan salt because it's got a lot of good minerals, really healthy for you. And to make it easy, you can even get a ready-made graham cracker crust pie shell. So, chop up the pecans. Doesn't matter what order you put the things in. Some people say put all the wet ingredients first and then the other. It doesn't matter. If you're going to mix it real good, it all goes together. So, I've already got my cup of sugar in there. You put your 2 cups of chopped pecans, the 3 eggs, the vanilla flavoring, the salt, and the butter. I already melted my stick of butter and let it cool a little bit so it's not just really hot when I first put it in there. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Now I'm going to put all this together and then I'll show you what we do next. There's my teaspoon of vanilla, precisely measured. 1/4, 1/8, somewhere around there, teaspoon of salt. We mix it up real good. Now I know what you're thinking. Yes, I cook. I know what else you're thinking. My wife sure is blessed. Not as blessed as I am. She's awesome. Heck, my wife and I, we're like Beauty and the Beast. Anybody else calls her a beast, you got to answer to me. I was watching this old Western when I was a kid with Henry Fonda and Jimmy Stewart. And there was a shootout scene in the saloon. Henry Fonda, he was always cracking pecans and eating them, you know. Jimmy Stewart knew he wasn't a real good shot, wasn't a real good draw, but he had to fight with this guy. No way to get out of it. So they square off, everybody backs out of the way. Henry Fonda, he gets over to the side and he's watching. And just about the time they're ready to draw, Jimmy Stewart, he's sort of fumbling with his gun. The gunslinger pulls his really fast and just about to shoot Jimmy Stewart. Over on the side, Henry Fonda cracks one of those pecans. The bad guy, he assumes there's somebody over there with a gun. That gets his attention. He turns over there just for a second, gives Jimmy Stewart the chance. He shoots the bad guy and kills him. Henry Fonda says, first man I've ever seen killed with a pecan. First time I ever heard that word, pecan. Call them pecans where I'm from. So you mix this all up really, really good. I mean, just whip it up real good. And we use the 9-inch, the large pie shell. If you were to put this mixture into the small one, it might bubble over when it cooks. Now you're going to cook it for about 45 minutes. But after about 30 minutes, you need to check it because it'll begin to get too brown on top and it's not yet done inside. So I'll just take a piece of aluminum foil, make a tent for it, keep it from getting too brown on the top while it finishes cooking on the inside. So now we're going to put this in here. Looks good enough to eat right now, but it'll be better when it's cooked. Besides, it's got raw eggs in it. You know, when I was a kid, we'd have licked the bowl. We'd have licked the bowl and the spoon and everything, not thought anything about those raw eggs. These days, oh man, you can't do that. Get every last drop. Now, to make this really extra special, you can cook it just like this. But I like to cover the top with pecans. I used to make designs and stars and faces and all that kind of thing. But it's really easier and looks just as nice to just go around it, round and around and round down and cover the whole top. I picked out some nice halves right here to do that with. I'll show you what it looks like when we get it done. Okay, and isn't that beautiful? It's ready to go in the oven. Now these pecans came off of our very own trees, and Mew spent just hours cracking those pecans and shelling them out. So let me tell you something. If you get a pecan pie from me, you're a very special person. Made one for my mother yesterday. She's very special. So we put it in here, top shelf, right in the middle. Set your timer for 30 minutes. That's when you'll put the tent over it, and then cook it for about another 15, and it comes out just perfect. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. All right, let's take it out. Using a towel, I can't find oven mitts anywhere. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? All right, now you let it cool, and then you cut it. You can put you a scoop of vanilla ice cream or whipped cream, or just eat it like it is, and it's good.